because I want to see if this actually works. Because if it doesn't, I can just stop the YouTube stream. Let's see what happens. Just out of bold curiosity. Oh my god, it appears to be working. Except I don't freaking trust this shit, so I'm gonna open up my browser, launch Twitch over here too, and make sure I can see both of them. Because if there's anything that multi-streaming has taught me right now, is that I cannot trust anything OBS says. OBS is full of shit. There. Okay. Twitch is live. YouTube is live. Although now it looks like, oh, okay. I think we're okay, but, I'm scared. Apparently where someone lives, it's currently 84% humidity. Oh, no. I don't know who that person might be, but I would feel really bad for them. Oh, man. It's been 113 degrees over here. I even got like new car windshields, or windshield blockers for the front and back side of my car, because I would, after I get out of work, I'd positively boil alive in my own car. But even that apparently didn't work, because apparently the sun out here just goes, no, fuck you, you die now, I am the captain here. But yes, multi-stream on YouTube appears to be working. Can they hear me? I'm just gonna... Okay. You know what? I'm not even gonna worry about what... This chat's disabled for this live stream? Why is it disabled for this live stream? YouTube, why are you so full of shit? Okay, pop out chat. I think this window might be, borked. Alright, so, not the window, the dock. So, custom browser docs... YouTube chat, paste, apply. What? Okay. Copy. I got too many friggin' windows here, dude. Okay, there it goes. Yeah. There we go. Close. Close that window. All right. I need to breathe. Holy God. That was rough. I can even Okay. We're good. We're good. The reason why I felt like I was flying a duct tape airplane feels very appropriate right now, because it fucking is. Okay, I need to calm down. Let's have some tea. This is what I get for changing my names all across all my various social media, including Twitch, including YouTube, which would have, little did I know, a domino effect that would also affect my OBS and cause things to not work properly. And then I would go through half of the stream not even realizing that the screen was black, and OBS was lying to me because it's showing an image, it's showing it's recording something, but it can't show me all the time if the screen goes black on Twitch's end. Anyway, so we're off to a fucking awesome start right now. This is the way how I learn in IRL. Better to bump into all of the walls and fall down and crash and burn before I actually start to fly, because that's not how I learn things. I have to crash several times. I have to rack up like $1 million worth of frickin' worth of insurance money because I had to destroy absolutely everything before I can actually get it to work. That's how I go. I have something funny to tell you about my 3D printer that might make you feel better. Yeah? Tell me. I would love to know. Because I think I might actually be able to get this... I think I might be able to get this shit show started. I 3D printed the Harry Potter wand from my mom. Oh, cool! Was it the Elder wand, or was it Harry's wand? Move some cables out of my way. What a mess. I have no clue. Oh, okay. Anyway, it's just a wand. That's cool. But the file name is Baguette Ane. What? What the? Huh? Baguette! I have to look that... I'm gonna have to look that up now, because now I am morbidly curious. What the hell does that mean? That's what I told my mom. Now you know I picked the weirdest files. Okay, baguette is kind of a funny way to... that's actually kind of a funny name for a wand, because a baguette is, of course, is just a big... It's a big loaf of French bread. A-N-A-E? Ane? I have no idea what that means, though. It seems that baguette Ane refers to a recipe for making baguettes, possibly associated with a person named Ane, or a brand called Anna Eat. What? Anna Eat. Maybe Anna... Oh! Anna E. E is short for eat. Interesting. So I guess it's a... Oh, it's a YouTube channel. Oh, cool. First result, bread baguettes, according to French recipe. Okay. What the hell? But why? So, it's a reference to a... it's a reference to a French bread maker on YouTube? What the fuck? Anyway, okay. I am gonna... stop that rabbit hole right there, because if I keep going, I'm just gonna get obsessed. Like, an unhealthy amount. Like, the wrong amount. Because I'm just gonna keep asking why. Why? This is how I feel? Yeah, that's how I feel too. I feel that too. Ugh. Although one thing that I think I'm kind of discovering is that, oh wait, oh, I got a little scared for a second there because it looked like my Twitch stream had froze. But one thing I am noticing is that my chat inside of... Actually, let me test something right here. I'm going to test to see if these chat bubbles appear on YouTube, because I know they'll appear on Twitch. That's quite the delay there. I'm not even sure if I missed it or not. Okay, yeah, I definitely missed it. Okay, whatever. Alright. I'm just gonna ignore it. Anyway, we'll figure it out later. But at least I answered one of my, at least I answered one big question. I'm glad that I at least was able to fix my Twitch stream. Might take a while for me to actually fix YouTube, but, you know, can't have everything. You can't always get what you want. I get so triggered when I look over at my stream to my left, and then I see my avatar with my head turning really uncomfortably to the left. I really, I probably should limit that somehow in Waterdo. Because I know there's like, alright, I'm getting distracted. Really distracted. I'm really worried about little shit right now. But I should be concentrating on this thing. Anyway... the good news is that I finally got the green light on this bathroom set up for my client. So now all I have to do is just kind of get everything kind of connected. So yeah, we're off to it. Let's try this. I want to change my insertion point, and then I want to start mirroring these back and forth. And I want to make sure that these are actually, you know, seated correctly up against this floor. I just got flashbanged with the sound that really hurt my... Oh, no. I'm sorry. I got flashbanged with the sound that really hurt my head. Was it a sound on my stream? If so, I apologize. No? Oh, okay. That's a relief. Sorry, I got flashbanged by a loud sound, though. Okay, so this is a bit uneven, so I think what I'll have to do... how should I go about this? Because we have the entrance right here. Yeah, we want this to be straight away. Right this... Yeah, right that direction. Keep that there. Let's turn off the mirror modifier for now. Get rid of that. Yeah, actually, this kind of makes sense. Let's do it like this. Make sure that vertex is right there. And we can have this acting as like our runway in between the shower areas, like so. Yeah. Oh, wait. R? What? Oh, I had the wrong object selected. I wanted to create a ring loop, like so, but I thought I had the other object selected. Apparently not. Okay. All right. My issue with this is that this is not totally centered with our walls, so I want to center this insertion point down the middle, and then snap base to center. That's going to act like my middle for now. People are setting off fireworks again? Really? This late in July? It's like the 11th. I feel like they kind of missed the boat. People just setting off fireworks because they had they bought too many. Bought too many during the 4th of July sale, so now they got to use them all. Okay. Twitch is still going. Okay. Excellent. That means we have to scooch this wall a little bit over here. This is not the final design of the half wall. I just wanted to, I just wanted to block something in quickly. Yeah, all I wanted to do is block something in, just for the sake of having something there. Have that here. Snap that there. And then I'll kind of think about that position for a little while. I think one of our neighbors spent over $2,000 on theirs. Oh my gosh. You know who is actually the #1 purchaser of fireworks in the entire world? Disney. That's not a joke. They are the #1 customer of fireworks in the entire world. They go through firework. I forget what the actual number was, but I'll look it up because this is actually kind of interesting. Okay, so Disney, one of the largest purchasers of fireworks in the entire... Okay, here we go. Is estimated to be the second largest customer of fireworks, second only to the U.S. Army. They spend an estimated $50 million per year on shows for their for fireworks, which translates to roughly $137,000 per day on fireworks. Crazy. Also, hi, Sharky! Okay, yes, I'm going back and forth in between Twitch to see if it's actually working or not, and it appears to be, and I also have YouTube going at the same time, so I seem to have fixed the problem. I think the issue was, well, it was several things. but primarily, I think it mostly had something to do with the fact that I had changed my Twitch name from Rune248 to Rune Starforge, which caused a number of issues with OBS, which couldn't cause the, it couldn't quite handshake with Twitch.tv. And so when I hit the hit stream button, it thought it had the wrong account, because the username and the username was incorrect, but the stream key was correct. And so it just couldn't quite connect the dots. So I had to make the connection, re-log in, and then launch the stream, check the encoder. Oh, and then also inside of OBS, for some reason, it decided to switch over my default settings from Twitch TV to YouTube, because it thought that I wanted to start streaming on YouTube now, or YouTube only. So it changed some of my settings around. So I had to hit the drop down inside of my streaming options and change it from YouTube RMTP to Twitch. So now the video encoders and video drivers can all take information from the settings that I have on Twitch and transfer that over to YouTube, so that it hopefully should stream pretty much exactly the same, because you need to have your video encoders basically the same in order for it to work, because, well, at least as far as, well, I'm not sure if the same counts for streaming. I know it does for recording, because you can't have two encoders running at the same time when you're recording video, but for streaming, I don't know, it might be kind of different. I'll have to look into that, but anyway. You know what I got from that explanation? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm just gonna venture to guess that I probably just spoke a lot of Star Trek talk right now. Blah, 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 stream, blah, 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 blah. You know what the kids call that? They call that yapping. So, officially this, so yeah, I'm just yapping. Yeah, you know what yapping is. And Patch took that personally. You're too old to be saying that. Hell with you. Oh my god. I am too old. I mean, I am too old to be saying most things, and yet somehow I get away with it. Well, no, I don't really get away with it. That's just me thinking I'm cooler than I am. But whatever. Dude, this whole stream has already been a huge botch. Starting with, yeah, Mr. Halfway to 70. Go to hell. Oh my god. Halfway to 70. Frickin' youngsters. You and your Zoom calls. Wait a minute. Oh, I see. Wait, why the hell can't I edit object? Wait. That's so weird. I can't edit both objects for some reason. Anyway, okay. There's a fix for that. Go check your DMs in just a moment. Let me know when. Oh yeah, 1 second. Let me... apply that. Make a data single user, apply modifier, and remove it from the list. Wait, what? What are you talking? Apply that one too. Okay. Freaking hell, guys. Alright. I don't need those bottom faces there. Alright, 1 second. Let's have a look here. Yu-Gi-Oh! Reverse Uno. Oh, that's so cool. Nice. He sent, basically, Patch sent me he just sent a little emote on my Discord that just has Yu-Gi-Oh! Pulling a reverse Uno card, which is really clever. That's funny. I love that. And your response to go to hell? Oh, that's funny. I love that. Okay. Oh, this is slightly elevated. That's not what we want. We want that down here. But I gotta drag all these down with it, too. Come on. Boom. Seriously? Why? Okay. You use it on Grim too many times. I bet he wasn't the biggest fan of that. He probably would have said something like, "Listen, you child." I can't get my hotspot to keep steady stream on my iPad. I'm watching from my phone, which stinks. My high speed resets on the 16th. Just 5 more days. Just 5 more days. She can do it. You can totally do it. I believe in you. Okay, so that looks like it's correct. I am going to go ahead and, let's see here. Are these already in a group? They should be. Private shower room. Oh, no, they are not. Okay. Let's fix that, shall we? Okay. New collection. Public shower unit.
Hey Rune. Brox_Basher is raiding with 1 viewers.
Oh,
Welcome
hello,
everyone.
Brox. You guys, of course, we keep a little... I do keep a little dirt under the pillow for the Dirt Man. Patch was telling me something funny earlier.
Just redeemed save.
Yesterday, he said he thinks he may have saw the guy that made the Dirt Man video. Hey, Bingus, Bongus is here. Jamma the Champmore for deemed save. Okay. I was not ready for that name. That's a fun... I was about... That's so funny. Thank you, Jamma. Okay, what was I doing again? Oh, yeah. Jamma the Mecha, my dude. There I go with my... Oh my god. There I go with not being able to see my comments. I can't read people's names or what people say. I don't know what it is. I think I might need to, like... It's not that I need glasses. It's just that I can't read them too good. I have a joke for you. This stream is a joke. I am multi-streaming, and OBS won't let me. It is out for blood. Hello. My wife told me I needed to do lunges more often. I think you're dyslexic. I mean that 100% jokingly. Oh my god. I think it would be a big step forward. I want to rethink my life. Joking, of course, but yeah. That's a good joke. I love that. Good dad joke. I had to inhale my tea there. All right. By the way, is this a solo stream, or would you mind someone to talk with? I'm just going to stick with solo for now, because I've already had a lot of stress just trying to figure out why OBS wouldn't let me multi-stream. And, yeah, I just need to chill out. Sorry. But yeah, funny enough, actually, I haven't checked my YouTube. Yeah, still going. Obviously, it doesn't have any viewers yet because nobody on YouTube knows that I'm multi-streaming now because I didn't make any announcement of it at all. So, not really any surprise there. I'm just kind of testing it for the sake of testing it. Twitch is still working. It is not a black screen. That is good. That is really good news. Ugh. There's a reason why I changed my stream name to Oof. UV editing. Yeah, continue as is. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's fix these. Oh, wait. That one's unwrapped, and so is that one. It's just these two are not. I see. I see. Or no, wait, they're... I mean, they're unwrapped, but they're not unwrapped well. Yeah. There's your problem. Yeah, none of these are unwrapped well. Okay. Let's do it the easy way. Because I want these all to be consistent. Or fairly consistent, anyway. Ow!
Jam Mathemechamorph just redeemed launch rune.
What happened to 2 slices of bread that went on a date? It was loaf at first sight. Ugh. It was loaf at first sight, but it was also Wonder Bread. There we go. Let's actually clear that seam. Unwrap one more time. There we go. Okay. Now we don't have a loose island. Aha. Clear that. Clear that seam. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Clear that. And then we have these 4 corners here. Because I technically don't really need seams on those. Let Zen UV figure that one out. Oh. Also, Rune, I'm about to quiz you on something. Is it okay if I quiz him or on your... I'm about to quiz you. Is it okay if I quiz him on your user? Oh. Wait, where did I... Oh, I see what happened. Okay, so... Oh, come here. Okay, now where'd you go? Seriously? UV editing. All right. Also, yeah, you can quiz me if you like. Go for it. Show me what you got. What have you got? Let's try this. Relax. That did not really work so good. I think I'm starting to remember why I cut the ends here. Do you know where the term mechamorph came from? Actually, I don't. At least it's not coming to me. Okay, yeah, now that's perfect. That's better. That's looking more square. That sounds like something that would probably be from like a Nickelodeon show, or am I thinking of like Animorphs? I don't know. LOL Jamma, can you do the honors? You can do the honors if you want. It's from Ben 10, a Cartoon Network show. Oh! I've actually never seen Ben 10. I know Brox has talked about it a couple of times, but I've actually never seen it. But yeah, I've heard of it. That's cool. I recommend it. Actually, my childhood favorite TV show. Nice! That's dope. When I was a kid, I remember watching a lot of Dexter's Laboratory, or, yeah, a lot of other Cartoon Network shows. Samurai Jack, Pokemon, Are You Afraid of the Dark? All that. Kenan and Kel. Yeah. More than likely, I'd recommend Alien Force, but if you want, you should probably start at the beginning. Oh, okay. Neato. And it looks like I'm going to have to splay these off at the edges here. That's better. Yeah. Yeah, it seems that Blender has, or rather, Zen UV has a little bit of a hard time kind of splaying these evenly. And it still is, apparently. The hell? Okay. That ain't right. Maybe I need to splay them along the inside, too. I want that to be completely flat. Okay, that's what's going on. I see. I've only ever watched season 1 of Adventure Time. I like Adventure Time. Adventure Time's really good. Adventure Time? Come on, grab your friends. We're going to very distant lands. Unrelated was on my mind. Nice. Alright, heck with it. I'm gonna do it the lazy way. So, what I'll do... deselect that button part here, like that. And then I want to clear the seam. Face. UV. Project from view. And then I'll get rid of this one. We'll pull that in just a little bit more. And then we'll expand that one out. That way it has a little bit more room to stretch out. Raised desk for 20 minutes.
Patch
oh,
165 no. Just redeemed raised desk for 20
Much
minutes.
Like Deets. Brox, no! Oh, thank God. Somebody stopped him. Ugh. Okay, 1 second. Pull this down here. Okay. All right. I need to use points. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Let's try this. Oh, I kind of need to stretch anyway. All right. Here we go. I'm going to pay special attention to the cables underneath here. Oh, uh-oh. Down. Okay, 1 second.
Jam Mathemecamorph just redeemed stretch.
What is... Okay, we're okay, we're good. Okay. I saw that a cable was being tugged along the bottom. It looks like we're okay. Let's actually lower the... There we go. Take that, rearrange that over there. And, oh. That's catching. Okay, that should give it a little bit more slack. Okay. Ugh. Can I raise it up just a couple more inches, please? Alright, I think we're okay. Yes, this... I kind of wish it was a little bit higher, just out of preference, but... Let's see. Okay, that's a little better. That's actually a lot better, actually. Okay, yeah. I don't usually use the raised desk option, but I really need to make a better habit of that, because, you know, sitting is not good for my posture. Alright. Second. Cameras. Alright. Answer the question. Wait, what? I missed the question, actually. 1 second. Unrelated on my mind. I need to use points. Does it stack? Does what stack? Points?
Brox_Basher just
Full body
redeemed
tracking
full
reset.
body
Oh yeah,
tracking
the
reset.
arm. There we go. That's better. Oh my goodness. Ow. Headphones. God, my cable setup is like a rat's nest. Everything is just kind of tangled right now. It's kind of a wonder I'm able to stay organized. Ugh. Terrible. Just terrible. Okay. Points do stack. Okay. Alright. And just kind of stretching and my ankles and such. I'm actually surprised at just how accurate this is, even with the very few trackers that I have right now. Of course, only problem I have is that I have ragdolling on my toes, so it just kind of does this little thing. I kind of wish my hands would do that. Anyway. Dead ankles. You're dead ankles. No, you. You're a dead ankle. Alright, since these are all the same model, are they stacked? They should be. They kind of are, but it, don't know what's happening here, though. Alright, tell you what. He means the standing redeem. Oh, does it stack? Does the does it stack if I oh, do you mean if you redeem it like 20 times? Wait a minute. If you say dead uncle, then joke's on you. I got one of those. Oh my god. What the hell, dude? Why? Way to drag the freaking room down, you bastard. What a Anyway, as far as stacking goes, I think really what it is just the time that stacks rather than the height of the table, because I can only raise it so high. But yes, let's just say that it can stack. So yeah, we redeemed it for 20 minutes.
Patch 165 just redeemed Ray's desk for 20 minutes.
Get rid of that. There we go. Quadrify. Oh hey, my parents finished watching Forrest Gump. It's a good movie, Forrest Gump. I've probably only watched it maybe like 1.5 million times. My mom always said, sometimes life is like the bevel modifier. You have to reset your transforms. Wait, what? No, that doesn't work. That don't make no sense. No one's ever gonna relate to that. I was furious. You only get to watch the second Twilight movie for the 7th time once. Why did I think about Crocodile Dundee? I was thinking about the knife scene. Oh my gosh. Also good. Also another really good movie. Well, that's not a knife. That's a knife. Just kind of rotate that a little. There we are. Crikey. Call me a failure, but I've actually never seen the movie. I just know the reference. Ah. Oh, good. There's a lot of really good movies that you still need to see, so I'm not really offended that you haven't seen all the really good ones. Let's see. Crocodile Dundee. That's PG-13, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, so you should be good. Yeah. Yeah, let's move the buttons down here. Yeah. Mini shower heads. Buttons. I got Vegemite all stuck in my peen. Oh my god. What is this? Ah. I don't know why I said... I have a dad joke. Hit it, Sharky. I'm just gonna drink my tea. Because we Austrians do? Do you mean Australians? Oh wait, no, that's... Oh wait, there's that... That's... There's so many Game Grumps episodes that I really have no idea. I haven't seen... I'm sure that's a Game Grumps reference, but I almost could have swore I've never heard that one. Rude got a pet termite and named him Clint. Clint eats wood. That's a good one, actually. That's cute. That's, yeah, I'd give that a 3 out of 5. Of course, this is kind of offset now. Layout. Geometry. Okay. That is not UV'd, or rather, it is UV'd, it's just UV'd terribly. There it is. Okay. Join these together. Join those. Okay, walls look good. Left shower wall. Right shower wall. I can actually get rid of this polygon down the middle now, because I don't really need that anymore. Its function is basically done. Small shower head. Or, really, it's... no, not publish. Public. Ugh. Maybe I am dyslexic. Hey, guess what? What's up? Chicken butt. Somehow I knew that you were gonna say that. There. My nephew's humor is rubbing off on me. You gotta tell your nephew to get a better sense of humor, dude. I'm kidding. Shower bar. That can go away because that's obsolete. Hey, I come back to that. He's 5? Oh my god. Oh, okay, hang on. I have a better idea on how I want to do these walls here, because it's... the answer was right in front of me, but I just wasn't paying attention. Array modifier. Let's call it -20, just to keep it even. There. Geometry. Yeah, snap that to the center of the floor here. Yeah, I think that'll do the trick. Anyway, how's everyone's doing? I'm doing good. So far, I've calmed down a little bit, thankfully. I'm starting to calm down. Suddenly, this multi-streaming thing isn't so bad when you know things are gonna work. But yeah. The only thing that is kind of stressing me out a little bit, though, is that because OBS crashed at least once, that usually means that there's always going to be a big delay in my chat, so like 20 seconds or even 60 seconds, like, off, and I have no way to control that unless I restart my computer, which is probably what I should have done anyway. But anyway, if you do the thing, and you do it right, and you don't fuck it up, it works. It just works. That's absolutely right. It just works. Just don't fuck it up. Just don't fuck it up. Public shower floor. Okay, yeah, all those are named, so we're looking pretty good so far. I'm going to use Alt-D to instance these things. Snap to closest. Alt-D. More like Alt-D's nuts. I'm going to sit in the corner now. I'm kidding. You ever seen John trying to react to the flex tape commercial? Yes! I love that. Hey, proud of you, dude. Thank you. I wish I could say... Yeah, I'm a little proud of myself. I feel like I shouldn't be, but I am proud. You know what? Fuck it. I'm proud. Let's go. All right. Alt-D. Rotate 180 degrees. And we're just gonna move this guy over here. And what the hell? Is that like uneven? Kind of worried if that my floor is uneven for some reason. Like it's completely flush on this side, but not here. Why? Did I? All right. Maybe I just copied it badly, so I'm just gonna try that one again. Flex tape, okay? Have you heard about this stuff? I mean, it's basically, have you heard of Jesus? I freaking love John. There we go, geometry. Yeah, 180. There we go. Seriously, do not. Never attempt this. Phil has gone too far. He sniffed too much flex glue. Now all I can see is Martians. I also love the astonishment he has to, like, the reaction to the boat. I sawed this boat in half! Really? Okay, yeah, so I guess it really was just my transformation, or really I just kind of fucked up the widget somehow, because it's definitely flush now. I made sure to drag it only by the two axes, rather than going on the square, because I know that can probably, you know, I must have grabbed it wrong, so, yeah. Ideally, when you're moving things around, you only want to select one axis rather than the square, because that just moves it by two directions, because you might end up accidentally clicking the center here, and then that will cause it to move up or down as well. So, never always ideal. And, come on. There. There. Oh. Crap. Okay. I see. I am... Okay. Yeah, delete the bars. We'll keep the shower heads and the floors. Array counts. 2, 3, 4. Okay. There. Actually, let's do it this way. Rotate that. Change that to positive 20, so it's going the other direction. Then we want to line this up. Like that. Good. My brother loves the part when he sees the colander. Phil, you make me angry, Phil! Just digging through a trash can, and guess what I found? Trash? It's a very good observation. I would assume that you found trash in the trash can. Nice. Boom. Let's try this. Generates array. Oops. Well, that's not nice. That's not what I wanted. Maybe not relative offset, but constrained? No, that's, yeah. -3. Too much. Ah. Yeah, apply that. Bring your geometry back here. Add modifier. Array again. Yeah, dude. Oh, let's see here. You guys last... What? Oh, like your last... Okay. Like the last singular fuck that you get, like you're giving. You know what? Yeah. I'm out of shits to give. That's it. That's what you're looking for. I'm out of shits to give. I know what you meant. I know what you meant. It just didn't. It just kind of came. It just kind of came out weird. $2.9, huh? My bad. No, you're good. It's okay. I'm kind of tired too. Heck. Oh. You know. That ain't right. What? I see. I know what went wrong. I hung out with my church friend at the local library today, and I brought my drawing stuff. Oh, nice! Ended up finishing that 5th stage thumbnail concept. I checked out 3 books to read, and might read one of them tonight. Nice! That's cool. That sounds really fun. But yeah, so these were not wholly aligned. I mean, they are kind of, but they're not good enough. I think what needs to happen... Okay, I know what... Alright. I know what's going on. Actually, I only really need to split that one. Because what I think what really needs to happen here is that this line needs to snap to center. This needs to hug right down the middle of that guy. And then same goes for here. Hug that right there. Unwrap our UVs again. One book was How to Draw Fantasy Warriors and Weapons, and the other was called Ecology Book, and the third is the Firefly Encyclopedia of Trees, all for world building. Nice! That's cool, dude. That sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, here's what we'll do. I'll take this whole segment of our floor, and I'll drag this up to here. Yeah. And then this half wall. What do we do about the half wall? I guess it's just going to have to stay there. I don't suppose it'll be a huge deal. Like, not a huge deal breaker if it's, well, then again, I'm not really sure how the floor is not... I do have an idea how the floor is going to be textured, but I have to pull up the reference photos, and I'd rather not do that on stream. At least not for this client, because, TOS. Anyway, oh no, not Shift-D, I want Alt-D. And it's going to be really important because of, instancing. There. 180. Okay, that's better. That's looking better. Ooh. All right. Yeah, all I really wanted to do here was just to get those floors all lined up. I don't really care about what goes on the inside right there, because I already have these little parts. I don't really need to duplicate those. All I really needed to do was just set up the floor plan here so that I know that that they'd be assembled correctly inside of Unity, because I want to make sure they have the proper spacing. I might even bulk export some of these things out like this. The shower head, I'll probably hold off on that, but yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of that bullshit. Get rid of that. Okay. And so now, if I ever want to make any edits or changes to all of my showers, all I have to do is edit this file, and it will affect all of them because they're instanced. That's why I used Alt-D instead of Shift-D. And the UVs will also change with them, so that's this is kind of how I wanted to preserve modularity. Anyway, yeah. I can at least get these walls started. I'll have to fix their UVs a little bit later, since I'm basically stretching them out, but, yeah. Off the top of your head, your go-to meal? Smoothies. Honestly, when it comes, as of recently, ever since I started losing weight, I have, very particularly have started making, banana, banana, peanut butter, protein powder, grapes, and, just a little pinch of sea salt. And I'll basically make a PB&J smoothie. Cheese quesadilla. That's a good one, yeah. Tomato soup is also really good. Honestly, I really love soup, but we don't usually make it at the house. Especially homemade soup. It's so good. I think my particular favorite, I love clam chowder, chicken noodle. Yeah. French onion is also really good too. What am I gonna do about this corner? Because I don't like how that's just empty. I need something to go there. Maybe like a column or a pillar, or do I make like a corner locker? I suppose I could make a corner locker. That's gonna require a slightly different shape though. I mean, the door will basically be the same, but it's also going to take up a little bit of room in here. I guess I could also just... Maybe I could just simply get rid of these lockers and then shorten the hallway a little bit. I don't know. You like French onion soup? I do, actually, yeah. Some French onion, take some Swiss cheese, melt it right across the top. I also like the Panera Bread soups. Butternut squash soup is really, really good. I always have that with a baguette. It's so good. Of course, I have genetically insanely high cholesterol, so I always am kind of cautious about eating bread, but yeah, or anything bread related, because that can cause me problems, because if there's any way I could probably die too early, it probably would be from a heart attack from too much cholesterol. But thankfully, I think I've cleared that obstacle in my life, so I'm not too worried about that anymore. Of course, it could always slip back if I'm being stupid, but yeah. Anyway. I also love macaroni and cheese. Oh my gosh, mac and cheese. That's something I actually do kind of miss because, again, talking about high cholesterol, high caloric stuff. I had to really stop eating mac and cheese after a while because it almost became an everyday thing for me, and it kind of got to a point where it actually was starting to create problems for me. Like I actually had gout. Oh my god. I do not recommend. Gout sucks. My doctor was probably going to tell me my cholesterol was high, because last year was high, and I haven't done anything different, Brian Reagan. Okay, so we have a slightly different problem here, where the shower modules might be a little too big. I might have to widen this area a little bit for the lockers. Not a big problem. Actually, no. This can work out. It just makes it a little bit bigger. Okay. Watch this. There. Okay, yeah, then we'll just have to take this wall right here, extend it out further from the, we'll have to extend this wall out further from the half wall, so that at least, you know, it looks flush. Did you know Kraft makes plant-based mac and cheese? I didn't, actually. It's so good. It's practically indifferent from the original stuff. Yeah, I'd imagine that the Velveeta cheese that they use is probably still pretty probably still not very good for me. I'd have to check up on that, but maybe there's like a substitute that I could use, because I know that melted cheddar, or rather Velveeta, that's the big killer for me, because it contains like a lot of like milk. I could use Swiss cheese as a substitute. That would actually be more ideal, because there's a lot less calories and a lot less cholesterol in Swiss. And provolone. Swiss and provolone. Okay. I've once had, I once actually made 3 cheese mac and cheese, which is like, it was just Colby Jack, cheddar, and, oh, no, it was pepper jack, cheddar, and provolone. It was really good. Really, really good. There. Just kind of line these up. There we go. Right down the middle. I'm gonna grab more water. Nice. Yeah, good idea. Time is it? 9:24. We're doing okay. I haven't even taken a break yet. This actually kind of works out, because now we have a lot more room to play with in here. Now we can kind of, if we wanted to, we could kind of change the layout of these lockers over here to kind of switch up the monotony a bit. Also means that we can take these, put this over here, maybe. I prefer to keep this pathway clear so that people can, use this little aisle to walk down, to walk in and out of. Scratch my head. What do you guys think? I could probably turn these horizontally, like so, 90 degrees. Let's see how this... Oh, grabbed it by the wrong axis again. Okay, okay. Yeah. Yes. Actually, this is a pretty good idea. I like this. Switches up the monotony a little bit. Get rid of that. Yeah. It's actually kind of okay to have these two benches, like, butted up against there, like that. That's actually okay. I just don't like this little, I just don't like how this sort of ends right here. It would be much more ideal if we could... Let's do this. Yeah. Yeah, pull all of this back here. Oh, wait, okay. Yep. And then I've just created a, let's see here. Pull that back here. Yeah. That's actually not too bad. That actually kind of works out. If the door was, if this little wall here was actually a bit higher.
Jammathamechamorph just redeemed launch rune.
Also, ow! Let's actually get rid of that one, because that kind of, yeah, kind of defeats the purpose of the half wall. Understandable. It's also oddly invigorating when animating poses from my background characters. That's cool. It's a good sign that you're actually getting a, yeah, it's kind of a good sign that you're getting inspiration from that. That's really cool. I think that might be a little too much room over there. So let's actually have this wall end right about here. Because I get the feeling that the client probably doesn't want the locker room to be that big. Here. Okay. Right. Let's think about this. Get rid of those two. And we'll shove these all the way against the wall. Okay. Yeah. I need to kind of think about how I want something, how I'd kind of want these to look on the sides, because as it stands right now, the lockers look very bland from the sides, so I need like some kind of like end piece or an end cap for these for these little rows here. Like, even, like, over here, that'd be kind of nice. You ever find a scenario where you imagine somewhat... You ever find a scenario... Oh. You ever find a scenario you imagine somewhat mimics the energy and pacing of something you've seen before? You ever find a scenario which you imagine somewhat mimics the energy and pacing of something you've seen before? Somewhat. I mean, like, are you, like, referring to, like, a similar thing from, like, a movie? Or, like, a, like, something that looks like another thing? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Deja vu. Just want to make sure I read that correctly. I mean, you come up with an imaginary scenario featuring something of your own concept? Yeah, sort of. Let's see. Let me see if I can kind of figure out how to word this correctly, or maybe even, like, try to get an idea of, like, what you're, I'm trying to, like, figure out how to, properly relay, like, something that might, that I'm kind of, like, envisioning. I don't know, my brain is not really working right now. I have probably, am I out of tea? I'm out of tea, actually. Yes. Am I out of water? No, I'm not. Okay, hang on. Well, actually, there is something that kind of reminds me of. Have you ever played Splinter Cell Conviction? Because it kind of reminds me a little bit of John Wick. Like, honestly, I probably wouldn't be surprised if it actually was a little bit of the inspiration for John Wick, alongside with maybe a little bit of, like, Hitman. But honestly, if you ever want to play, like, an older game that was basically like John Wick, I would highly recommend Splinter Cell Conviction, because it's a little bit of like John Wick meets 24 meets Metal Gear Solid, and it's really good. It's still a really good game. I don't like how this ends here. I hate how that ends. Pull you aside because that's in my way. Yeah, because this would be better if I had, like, a set of lockers butting up against this wall here. This, Something I should probably message the client about this, because one thing that I've actually have not heard official word back from was the size or the depth of these lockers. Because, yeah, IRL, lockers like this would not be nearly this deep. But, for reasons, I kind of wanted to make it so that you could fit a body in here. Don't ask. But, yes. Because kind of the depth of these lockers are kind of holding me back a little bit. Maybe I only have, like, a select few that are the correct depth. Now we have a misalignment here. Kind of. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna head out to sleep now. Good night. You have a good night, Gemma. Thanks for sticking around. Appreciate you. Okay, yeah, actually, this works a little bit better if I take these lockers here, butt this up against here. Oh, but then that's kind of awkward, isn't it? Okay. Maybe the layout really is telling me that I need to arrange these lockers horizontally rather than vertically. Some of these, maybe I can have vertical, but I think the flow really is speaking to me here in this way. Yes. Don't need to be perfect for now. I'm just kind of placing things. Okay. I like the idea of this, like, forming like a corridor here. I love placing things. Heck, whenever I'm done, everyone has... I love placing things. Heck, whenever I'm done, everyone has a place to eat from. Right. It's like, oops. Accidentally bumped into the keypad, and then I went into the camera view for a second. Anyway, okay. But yeah. It's almost like you're kind of breathing a little bit of life in here. Like you get to decide, okay, where do these people eat? Where do they set the table? Where do they set the kitchen? Where do they go to sleep? That kind of thing. It kind of reminds me when I started making the floor plan to this thing. Somebody in my chat was saying, like, you know, I was talking about like the flow of like the foot traffic, and I was thinking about like, okay, would these hallways connect together? Because I was still kind of figuring out how exactly I wanted this whole thing to really just kind of overall flow. Like, where would people walk? Why would they walk? And if they were to walk here, would they still have access to? Would you want them to still have access to here? Just thinking about convenience. And someone was kind of giving me crap about, like, it's like, well, I don't know. I don't know if you think they should have access to that? Well, why don't they have access to this? It's like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You know, sometimes, that just kind of tells me that sometimes, you know, a lot of people don't really think about these kinds of details when they think about, like, architecture or floor plans. But, really, okay, I know this sounds kind of bitchy of me, but you know what? I'll stand on this because it all comes back to detail. Because there are reasons why rooms are shaped the way that they are. There are reasons why, you know, buildings and people have pathways to certain things. Like, there's a reason why I don't have lockers just kind of spread all around here, just in like a freaking mess, like in the middle of the room. I just have it set there just right in the middle, because that kind of sucks, and it's just bad design. And, whereas you really have to think about, you really have to consider where people are walking, how, why, and what's preventing them from getting from point A to point B. And yeah, there is a term in architecture for this. I forget what it's called, but yeah, it directly relates to foot traffic. It's not feng shui. That's different. Let's see here. Pedestrian pathways. In architecture, foot traffic design focuses on how... Okay, well, that's really more to do with civil engineering, but yeah, pedestrian paths really really refers to like where people ordinarily will want to walk, where they feel comfortable walking. And they basically function like invisible corridors where people are going to be walking a certain direction. Like, obviously, when they come in through the hallway, people are going to be walking through here. But once they enter this room, where are they going to go? Well, they could go straight into the shower area, past, like, in between these half walls, because this is communicating a pathway. Like, this little opening here between these two half walls. You could go left to, you know, unpack your stuff, grab a locker, store your things, or you could go right. When you go right, things are a little bit unclear because it's a bit gangly the way that things are kind of set up here, because you have this big opening here on the side, and it kind of makes you feel a little uncomfortable because you kind of want to stay... People kind of want to stay away from big open spaces because it feels kind of awkward and everything's really far away. So people will tend to gravitate where there are things. Whether they be lockers or showers or... not necessarily doorways. People generally know better not to clutter up doorways because it's just kind of awkward and people will be coming in and out and, you know, people just be getting in each other's way. But, you know, if you give places for people to stand around and hang out, they will naturally gravitate toward those spots. Whereas here, there's not really any of that. So, yeah, being that there's not a whole lot of stuff that I've placed here, I kind of need to fix that. Stuff that you really need to consider when you're not just building, you know, when you're not just building VR chat worlds, when you're building games too. Because there's a degree of level design that goes into that you have to incorporate into your levels, or there's a level of design or that you have to consider, a level of function that you have to put into your levels. Because levels are basically like they basically are like cinematography for movies, because you have to point the player in a particular direction. Like, let's say, you know, like one of the more famous one of the more famous examples of this is inside of like Half-Life 2. Because everybody has seen this shot, right? From Half-Life 2. Like the second that you walk out of the train station in Half-Life and you see the big citadel at the very end, because there's a bit of cinematic storytelling there, and the reason why this is important and why it's set up this way is because we want to the game designers want to communicate that this is the end level, that this is the you know, you want to make an impression of the Combine, of your enemy NPCs, but also you really want to show the player like their end goal, or like where the story is ultimately going to build up to. And the end of Half-Life involves going up the Citadel to confront Dr. Breen. That's a bit of cinematic storytelling as well as level design, and they're both kind of joined at the hip in that regard. Something worth thinking about every time you when you make a new level, because you're not just making a room, you're telling a story. Anyway, yeah. I thought people might like to listen to that. I might clip that later because I've been trying to tell myself, like, teach myself, like, how to talk better inside of stream. You kind of have to treat it. You have to kind of treat your stream a little bit like a mini podcast, so you can like talk about fun things and you know, get really introspective. That's kind of an opportunity to do that anyway. Yeah. It's really unfortunate too because whenever I have moments like this on my stream, I really want to mark I really want to like mark a chapter. Well, actually, I kind of can do that, but not in the ordinary way. Let me try that. I'm gonna try something on OBS. Twitch stream info, multi-stream oof. Chapter 2. Done. Okay, so ordinarily inside of Twitch OBS, ordinarily inside of OBS you can mark chapters. Like there's a function for that, like a hotkey. But unfortunately, mark chapter doesn't really work when you're using the NVIDIA NVENC encoder. So I'm currently using NVIDIA NVENC H264. Or H265, whichever, because I know they changed it for the specifically, like this is an encoder specifically made for streaming, because I believe it's it handles compression a lot differently than H264, but it's actually a lot more efficient. It's basically the same codec, but updated, and it's powered by NVIDIA. Problem is that it's so new is that it's not really compatible with marking chapters, and so it just gives you an error. Except it might fix it if I change the title of the stream. So that's what I did, and I'll go back later and see if that works. Really interesting. Reminds me how I should have properly scaled up my stuff in my tech city. Yeah, I mean, city design is pretty nuanced when you're talking about like a whole city district, because you know, depending on a few circumstances, you know, generally, big city like that would have like, you know, large, you know, what am I trying to say? I'm concerned everything might be a touch too small. You could kind of fake that illusion with using more enclosed spaces. I think one of my, when we're talking about making a city that might feel too small, like kind of the ways that I've seen, actually, this might be, I'll have to look this up because I know that there's a way to kind of fake this illusion, because it's times like this I really want to study optical illusions, because I know that there are ways in film to make cities and hallways and you know, that make sets look bigger. One of my favorite examples is in The Empire Strikes Back. Let's see here. I'll pull this one up because it's actually kind of fun. I'll just kind of fast forward to this little part here. Yeah, because I don't want to potentially get a copyright strike or DMCA or whichever, because this is for educational purposes. I'm teaching about set design and level design. So we have this little set here. Luke and Han are standing in a hallway. Came with the crazy realization that's kind of a cool reality check. So basically, this is a sound stage that they built somewhere in you know, Hollywood or whichever, because I know that they had a unit in Iceland, and then for interior shots like this, you want to have it in a more controlled environment. So you'd probably have it like they probably were filming in England for this part, but for right about here, you see this hallway. Was it this hallway or? It was one of these. I know it was. Shoot. Well, now I can't remember because it was either this one. Oh, no. Actually, I believe it really was this one because you have a hallway here. They step out from the side, and this guy also basically exits the stage this direction. But as you can see, the hallway actually continues downward. Well, shoot, maybe that's not the right one, because I'm probably thinking of something else. Crap. Well, basically, anyway, getting to the point is that there's a hallway inside of one of these Hoth scenes, where the hallway actually continues on for a great distance, but in reality, when they design the set, the stage actually turns into a cone because it's to sell the illusion of length, because they had a limited amount of space to work with inside of the studio, because you can't have like an 80-foot hallway inside of a studio that's only like 20 or 30 feet. So they had to use optical effects with their set to make the hallway look like it's longer than it actually is. So the hallway kind of turns into like a Willy Wonka kind of situation, like, you know, the little moments where, you know, they go into the chocolate factory and they all get on their hands and their knees going into the chocolate factory because the hallway looks like it goes further, but it's actually getting smaller. It's basically that kind of thing. Kind of like that. They made a set inside of Hoth that does functionally the same thing. But there are ways you could kind of do that on large scale as well. I am not 100% sure how, but I always want to look up optical effects like that because it sounds really cool and useful. Anyway. That's Leia. You said Luke. Oh well, I'm old. I can make those mistakes. My mom sometimes mixes my name up with my brother's. Came up with a crazy realization, kind of a cool reality check. Yeah, go for it. Sorry, I know I was kind of talking for a while there. I was having a brainwave, so I had to keep going. This actually feels a lot better. This actually feels a lot more natural. I like this. Yeah, it's just open and welcome enough that doesn't feel claustrophobic. But it's just tight enough to, you know, drive people to explore. Because you really want people to explore every nook and cranny. Because if they just see a blank space, they're just not going to go over there. It's like, well, why would I go over there? There's nothing there. But yeah. This is great. I like this. I also have another idea that I want to try out. Let's see how this looks. Did you know that Tim Burton is autistic? Because that was a cool realization. Actually, I didn't, but I totally believe it, though. Definitely believe it. I can see it. That's cool. That's fun. A lot of his movies tend to be about outcasts, so it's not too surprising that yeah, so it's actually not too surprising that he actually has a bit of perspective on that, because, you know, being autistic, sometimes you kind of feel like that sometimes. I know I have. And this half wall is not really as cool as I thought it might be. Although I do like the idea of like this, you know, maybe I could have like a wall as like the end cap here. That way we could kind of contain our lockers. Like this. Yeah, because that feels clean. I like that. That actually looks clean. I like that. That could actually work. Yes. I believe we are onto something here.
Patch 165 just redeemed hydrate.
Let's take some water. Good idea. Thank you. I promised myself that I would drink water. Also, I just realized something. I definitely have been standing for longer than 20 minutes, but I'm going to keep on standing anyway, because it's good for me. I don't think anyone has told you to hydrate all stream. No. No, not at all. Thank you, Patch. Thank you for saving me. As much as I love drinking tea, tea actually dehydrates you. Same goes for coffee. I don't know if it's already been 40 minutes. I think I've got that redeem, like, what was it? Like, let me check, yeah, let me check my Twitch activity here. Activity feed. Launch room, race decks for... Yeah, that was an hour ago. Yeah, that was an hour ago. Oh, man. That's funny. What's your favorite Tim Burton movie? I'm off to bed. Tomorrow we are going to the Redwoods where the Moon of Endor was filmed. Oh, nice. That's true, actually. That is very true. Hoth was filmed in Iceland, and... Yeah, Hoth was filmed in Iceland. Endor was filmed in the Redwoods. And Tatooine was filmed in North Africa. It was actually... Well, no, not... come on, where is it? Was it... Tunisia. Yeah, it was filmed in Tunisia. Yeah. A friend of mine actually lived in Tunisia for a while. Well, actually not a friend of mine. A cousin actually lived in Tunisia for a long time. They were a teacher there. There we go. I'll send photos. Sounds good, Sharky. That sounds really cool. Oh, I just realized that I did not really duplicate that correctly. At least, yeah. I duplicated the faces instead of duplicating the object. So, the reason why that would be a bit of a bummer for me is because then I would have to edit those UVs. So this will be, well, I still have to edit the UVs, but this thing, doing it this way makes things a little bit easier for me. Night all. Night, Sharky. Thanks for joining. Sorry I kind of botched the stream, but hey, I learned a lot of lessons today. Also, I'm really glad that I was able to figure out, you know, I was able to figure out how to change my name to Rune Starforge. And and that apparently it seems to be a bit of a hit. I've had a few people tell me that they really, really like the change. I was also telling my mom this. Even my coworker Jade on VR chat, she told me like, man, that actually goes pretty hard. But yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, have that wall up against there. But anyway, like I was saying, what are your guys' favorite Tim Burton movies? I really liked, let's see here. I'm kind of angry. Oh, I'm sorry. I really like, as far as Tim Burton movies, I really liked Sleepy Hollow and Corpse Bride. Those are one of my favorites. Told someone about Tim Burton, they don't know who that is? How? What? Man, they're missing out. Well, give me another director and see if we recognize. How about Francis Ford Coppola? Oh my god, hi. Hey, Mr. Arrow, how you doing? Yep, don't know who that is. The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, who else? Long time no see, indeed, Mr. Arrow. How you doing? Today has been kind of a botched stream because I've been, this is actually the first time I have tried multi-streaming today. Been kind of stressful, but I believe I have it mostly figured out. But not after my stream crashed about 3 times. Also, what am I gonna do about this? Okay, this wall actually technically could come out a little bit more like this, but then we have to raise this up, like so. So that we can create like a cavity underneath here. I do see some changes. Yes, I polled my community about changing my about adding a last name to my VTuber account, because I was really trying to see if I could actually start diversifying myself, because I want to start streaming on YouTube as well, and I also wanted to try making a storefront on Gumroad or Booth, as well as a few other places, including Blue Sky. But it turns out, on quite a number of places, including Twitch, the name Rune3D has already been taken, which is why I had to use Rune248 for a lot of my accounts. So what I ended up doing was asking my community, what kind of last name should I give my VTuber? Because I know a lot of VTubers tend to have last names, or at least maybe some other kind of thing, like Rune3D, like maybe Rune3D Mercenary or whatever. But yeah, eventually, like one of the community recommended names, I think it was, yeah, Rune Starforge. That actually won out of all of them. So I decided, heck with it. That actually works pretty well. So yeah, I decided to change my name up a bit, and then I also changed several of my accounts as well, including YouTube as well. YouTube, Blue Sky, I did start a booth, but I still need to upload things to there. This will be a bit tricky. Starforge Systems partnership when? Soon. Hopefully soon. That might be. I might have. Actually, I kind of have to look them up. I'm not familiar. I do know that Starforge is actually a reference to one of my favorite games, Knights of the Old Republic. I'll have to look that up really quick. Starforge Systems. Gaming piece. Oh, nice. Oh, that's sick. Oh my god, actually, you know, that's dope. Not gonna lie. That's actually really awesome. Holy crap. I actually was not ready for that. I love that case. So basically it looks like it's just a glass box, but they also have like overlays for these things so that they kind of, you know, they have like, you know, artistic designs rather than just a metal box. That's really cool. That's clever. Love it. How cool. Thanks for showing me that. Love that. Hey, maybe they could send me a new PC. Maybe I could use I could think of multiple reasons why I could have two PCs. I could use one for streaming and one for work. And I could use one to record footage while the other basically, you know, basically runs Blender and Unity and all the other CPU
Harry
extensive
just redeemed
programs.
Ray's desk for
Because,
20 minutes.
Yeah, that's kind of how most people kind of do it anyway. But trouble is, I don't really have any. I only have so much money to actually
Harry just redeemed
buy parts
stretch.
or other kit. But yeah, I just kind of have everything running on one computer at the moment. But if it were up to me, I would definitely have a two PC setup. Raise desk for 20 minutes. I actually am currently standing right now, actually, so that works. I'll just go ahead and stretch too. Oof, I know. Ugh. I do, yes. Honestly, you're gonna laugh at me. I totally forgot that I had an adjustable table. I just barely used it. And then I thought, you know what? I really should be doing a little bit more for my posture. So it probably would be a good idea to probably incorporate it as a redeem. So I went ahead and added it. I have a challenge for you if you're up for it and you have the time. All right. I can't promise anything, but I'll have to. But yeah, I'd love to hear it. Okay, this actually works. I just need to bring it out just a little more. Yes, right there. Pull that out. Okay. Pull that in. Vertex, center, closest. Actually. Center. Boom. Yeah. That's pretty clean. I like that. That actually looks really good. I really should be doing that all across, all around these other lockers too. That just, honestly, that's just a much better design. Makes it look like that the lockers were actually incorporated into the actual, building rather than just like an afterthought. Like, aesthetically, that just looks better. I'm glad I tried that. Yes. When you have free time, I want to send you Celtic Dream from the Lord of the Dance, and I want you to listen to it, visualize a scenario or something that goes along with the music in your head, and write down what you think once the song is over. I've heard of Celtic Dream, yes. I believe I've heard that one. Yeah, because I know, like, I think my brother introduced me to that when I was, like, I wanted to say in my teens, because we've also been kind of into that sort of thing, but yeah. Yeah, that's a neat idea. But yeah, so now that I have this this wall here, let's do this. Vertex 180. Plop. There. Just needs to be pushed back a little bit. Not much, though. There we go. Oh. Missing the depth. Ah. Okay. That's the one. Reason I ask is because I did that once, and over time, I played that scenario over and over in my head while the music was going, and it came to a point where I wrote down Act 1 of a short story from just that song. That's really cool. I've thought about stuff like that with, like, thinking about other songs and things like that, like little short stories. I really enjoy writing, but I've never really been able to dedicate as much. I've never really been able to dedicate much time to it. And why is that not okay? Closest, that's why. Better. -1. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be nice. I can already tell. This is actually going to be really good. Kind of satisfying just to have an idea over and over in your head, and you put it in words that others can read. It feels like it came out just as good as when you imagined it, if not better. It is really satisfying, actually. Yeah, just writing something like that actually does feel good. That's actually one of the reasons why I enjoy the writing process. But that kind of makes me think, though. When every time I read a comment, I'm not sure why I struggle reading one. Maybe because I'm trying to multitask. Maybe I don't know. But are there any plugins that you guys might recommend for text to speech? It would be really useful to actually hear a voice rather than read a text out loud, because I guess maybe I'm good at reading quietly to myself, like speech to text or text to speech, like text to speech, like for chat, like something that's automated. That's I know that there are like I know that there's a way to like redeem text to speech in other people's streams, but I have seen others that are just, automated so that, just regular chat messages can just go straight to the speech module. But I need to look that up, because I think that might actually be useful, because I feel like reading the comment out loud actually is what kind of stunts me about, being unable to read comments as effectively as I should. If that makes sense. If nothing else, I think that'd just be a fun thing to experiment with. But yeah, I think that actually kind of might help me be able to read comments a little bit better, or read chat better. Over here. It would make storytelling and so on very complicated. It does. I know Shenpai uses it uses one like it, but it's limited to sub and redeem messages, I think. I'd say try to have it as redeem just to test it. Probably smart. That way, if people end up being dickheads and start spamming it, I can just turn it off pretty quickly, easily. That would give me a lot more control over it. Oh. Here we go. Yes. That is quite nice. Not sure what I'll do about, well, maybe I could actually have that be a whole wall segment right there. Pull that in. Oh, I'm missing something. Check my face normals. Okay, so that's working correctly. So is that one. Okay. Oh, you know what? wait, no, it's not an instance object, so it should work. So yeah, let's try this. And that really got broken there, did it? Okay. Recalculate outside. There we go. That's fixed it. That's better. Merge that together. Here we go. Oh, my fingers. Ouch. Kind of had the kind of have a weird bit of a weird angle of where I'm standing, where I'm just having to constantly hold down the shift key. 180. -1. Center. There we go. Nice. Do I want like a little spacer? I'll think about that. Ouch. Save that. Let's do these guys next. Oops. 90. So I want to basically keep on reusing this wall module here so that I can reduce the amount of work for myself. Place our insertion points just at the corner here. There. And we'll just kind of flush this in. Pull this up. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is working. There. Wait. Was this the original? No, it's not. Okay, we're good. Damn, I had a lot of duplicates in there for some reason. Oh well. Poop. -1. there. Yeah, then we'll just take this guy. Although I suppose I could just fit a whole nother locker right there, huh? There we go. Yeah, that works out. Very good. Okay. Now for the corner. This is where things will get kind of interesting. Yeah. I think after I finish this animation, I'm going to scale everything up so the height difference really makes sense for my inhabitants. Good idea. Rescaling might be kind of time consuming, but yeah, that's definitely, it'll definitely pay off. Sounds like it'd be really tedious, but that'll definitely pay itself off. Okay. I'm not sure if I really want them that close, though. I need to figure out what I need to... Well, I suppose I could just model a court. What if I did this? I just need to move these, Yeah, I just need to shuffle these guys down this way a bit. I just select all the houses and scale them up. Shouldn't be too hard. There you go. That works. And then... Here we go. Yeah, because that's the face I really need, that I need to keep. Everything else can go. That's gonna... Just that one little polygon right there is gonna save my ass. There. There. Keep this face. Okay. Let's clear the sharp edges for now. Get these two edges. Actually, let's do it this way because, yeah. Copy that. place that here. Positive number. That should be pretty much the same distance from the front. Here. And then you're gonna realize that was too far out, huh? Yeah. Go up here. .72. Or .672. There we go. Get rid of the excess. Or do we? Oh, you know what? Hang on. Watch this. Normal. Local. That's not working. Okay. Watching. Okay, so yeah, that didn't work out as the way I wanted it to. I thought I could extrude this along the normal by simply selecting the edge and changing the transform orientation from here, but it's not quite there. Or, no, maybe it is. Okay, maybe I'm just dumb. That's also, oh. Okay, it won't work for the extrusion, but it will work for... It will work for, simply moving the edge. Not ideal, but, you know, it can work. I just need to fix my camera. Okay, good. So no duplicating faces. I'll see if I can cheat this a little bit so I can kind of... Let's see here. Divide this right down the middle. Because it's quite literally... It's like... It's basically a 45... No, yeah. No, actually it is a 45-degree angle. Okay. Yes, this actually kind of works out. Don't really need that there. If you could make a protagonist character from any fantasy creature, what would you choose and why? Protagonist creature from any fantasy creature. Let me think about that. What do I like? I'm gonna hydrate so I could use a few more brain cells for this question. I really need some. It's times like this where I really wish I could stop time and actually really think about the answer, because what I really do enjoy being put. I really enjoy these quick little thoughts, but sometimes my brain doesn't want to function as fast as I'd like it to. Take your time. Allocate brain power. Thank you. Yeah, I'll think about that really quick. Or try to, anyway. Not sure myself either. Yeah, because I'd be kind of torn on like making myself like either like a fantasy creature or like choosing between like a species like an animal or like a species like, you know, like a fictional species, like let's say like elves or orcs, dark elves, etc. Like I thought I knew, but I don't. Yeah. I don't think I'd want to be a centaur, because I feel like that the size would be a bit of an inconvenience. Also, just aesthetically speaking, aesthetically speaking, I just don't really like centaurs that much. It feels kind of lazy to me. Although the same logic doesn't really apply too much to mer people or mermaids, because I feel like it's the size, it's the legs, isn't it? I feel like, yeah. You know, let me think about this. I don't like the ocean, so no. Well, I like the ocean, but not that much. Something to do with snow. I don't know. Maybe a snow fox? I don't know. I also totally forgot what I was going to do here. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. I need more of like an actual square. Oh, you know Here we go. Might be my furry scaly enjoying this side talking, but I'm gonna go with either a kobold or a lizard man. A lizard man would be kind of interesting, because that kind of reminds me a little bit of, what do you call those? Hang on. From Skyrim. Argonians. Because I kind of get, yeah. Because I could see the appeal. Kobolds are actually kind of cool. I mean, they're very similar to they're very similar in terms of vibe, but they're more dragon-like. Also, my brain is just not braining on this corner. I'll have to probably save that for later. Oh, it's just my... Let's see here. Okay. Honestly, mushroom people, myconids, that's interesting. You know, honestly, there's a bit of an appeal for me. I would, let's see here. I'm kind of torn between either, like, like some form of wood elf, or perhaps even, like, a halfling or a hobbit, because I like the idea of like being sneaky, but at the same time, I feel like I feel like let's see here. Hobbits are basically a little bit more light-hearted version of dwarves. They're funnier, but they're also super mischievous, or rather, halflings are anyway. Hobbits are a little bit different. A hobbit's what I call these. God damn it! Ugh. How about you hobbit these nuts? No, that didn't work. That did not work. I botched it. I fucking botched it. I'll never forgive myself. 'Cause small and hairy. Yeah. Fun fact, small people are 80% funnier than the average person. Absolutely true. Also, I think my music might have stopped. Oh, there it goes. Never mind. All the extra height went to their charisma stat instead. Exactly. Like, a halfling bard or a halfling rogue would be the coolest shit. Like, I want to make, like, a halfling bard that's, like, really good at fencing. that fences with like a rapier, and I want to give him like a little hat and like a little poofy hat, and make him dress like a musketeer. That would be excellent. Okay, so the walls here are actually turning out pretty good. Let's see here. Let's turn this guy around. Oh. The light on the walls, the LED strip on the wall is just the right height to go around, just the right height to emerge around these walls. I'd say that works out quite nicely. Something's going on. What the hell? Still, this shit is lower. What is going on? It's like... Hold on. There. Yeah, that works. That works a little better. Better. Right there. All right, so that should hopefully fix part of the floor. Because it just wasn't quite even. Also, I think there might have been just a little bit of verticality to some of the vertices. Like, they were just kind of... One side was a little bit higher than the other. Not sure what was causing that, but I hopefully fixed that by using the scale by Z. So that should flatten it. All right. Boop. Yeah, maybe if these were just a little... Maybe if that was just a little bit wider, it came out a little bit more. I don't know, I'll think about that. Problem is that it would kind of get in people's way. Imagine having a halfling that's so eloquent in his speeches. Yeah. If I'm ever allowed to have a Myconid character in a campaign, I'm definitely making a Myconid druid. Because in a sense, they are one with nature, so it'd be cool. It'd be so cool. Oh, if he had like dual classes, like a druid monk, that would go pretty hard. Yeah. Yeah, if he was like literally being one with nature, like he's able to meditate and literally contact and literally speak with nature itself. Maybe he just has like weird. Maybe he has like little funny conversations, talking to like random trees and stuff. Like maybe when nobody's doing anything, they just probably just passes by a few trees, just kind of knocks on it a few times, just like, "Yo, what up?" Or maybe like, I don't know. Or maybe like, I kind of imagine a little bit of like Radagast the Brown, a little bit, if he was more up, if he was like more kempt. Let's see how this looks. Or if all he does is step gently on one of the roots as he's passing a conversation before he steps off. Has a passing conversation before he steps off. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I like that. Okay, it's a little bit more clustered coming out that far, but yeah, that feels a little bit more natural. Better. The only organic thing in my sci-fi world would be the flora, so a mushroom person character wouldn't be that unusual in my medieval fantasy setting. Very true. Yeah, it wouldn't be. Yeah, actually, that sounds like it would probably fit right in. That's better. Yeah, just that little bit of extra space on the ends. It just made it, yeah, the walls have a lot more presence now. Yes, that's just a stronger shape. That way it doesn't feel like the walls are made of like balsa wood and can crumble to the slightest push. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. Save. You see the Flame Atronox on the Oblivion remake? I haven't actually. I still need to buy that. My queue is only getting bigger. How's my YouTube stream going? Yep, still live. That's good. Nobody joined, but that's okay. It's whatever. But hey, I didn't have any more crashes, so that's really good news. Okay, 1 second. Oh, wow, yeah. Nice. They really took their time sculpting this. I'm trying to find a picture that isn't very sus. Oh my god, we cannot take any more sexy Flame Atronach posts. Oh my god. That's great. I love it. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they did. Pardon the pun, but that's pretty hot. Lame. Maybe, I mean, she is positively smoking. At this rate, they're gonna burn the whole house down. Somebody's definitely gonna need a can of water after this. Anyway. Okay, it's about 11 o'clock over here right now. I think I made, despite the major setback at the beginning of the stream, I think I actually managed to salvage some progress. Made the walls, or rather I blocked them in. I still need to stitch them up, UV map them, etc. I need to finish the corner piece. The shower layout is looking a lot more promising. Maybe I could scoot these a little bit closer together, but I don't know. I'll think about it. Think about it a little bit more, but it's it definitely feels a lot more organic. It feels correct. There's no wasted space in here. I feel like we used it very effectively. Like just look at the foot traffic pattern here. You could go up, right, left. Yeah, like it makes like this nice little H shape. Like if you look at like the invisible corridor here, it makes like an H shape between like all the lockers and doors. Like you have a very clear space where the walking area is meant to be, and that's I really wanted to communicate that to the player. It feels very clear and it feels thought out. So that's good. I'm glad I played around with that for a bit. Ambient occlusion makes everything stand out. Yeah, the ambient occlusion is actually really fun to play with in the Blender view, because it just really it just makes things it makes things feel a lot more detailed. Also, it just feels a little bit more presentable when it's in a work in progress kind of state. Ever watch the barbarian stuff from Dungeon Soup? I don't think so. Doesn't sound familiar. Yeah, I think if there's any space that might be kind of wasted in here, it might be... I might have too much space in the shower area. Maybe I need to move the showers a little closer together. Just a little. Anyway, yeah, maybe we can try that tomorrow. Let's see if I can raid somebody. This one guy. There's one where one guy, the barbarian, is facing is ranting on and on about his overpowered. That's super enchanted everything. Oh. See, there I go. Screwing up the chat messages. Oh, wait a minute. Turn that down. Oh, the Kanatsa is streaming right now. Who else is on? Katie. Let's see here. Brunswick, Future Twist. Let's raid the Kanatsa. She actually I actually received a gift. You're gonna laugh at me, but I actually won like a little raffle on one of her streams, and she sent me like a custom sticker that she had made, like one of her drawn characters, and it looks really good. It looks like actually it's a nice high quality sticker too, because it's a nice thick papery material, and the print is really high resolution. I'll see if I can share a picture with you guys on the Discord. Actually, you're fine. My blade was forged by my master's dwarves with my master's autism, so you know it's good. Nice. That's fun. Yeah, let's go ahead and raid her. She'll be fun. All right. Well, yeah, despite the little setback today, this at the beginning, I'm glad I was able to get some of the stuff working. So yeah, I think that turned out pretty good. Uh, hey, even I even got the YouTube stream working technically, but okay. Let's call it a day, and we'll raid the Kadatsa, and then I'll probably head to bed. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.